Boys, it's finally here. A genuine, honest-to-God teaser trailer for Project 4 from Stress Level 0. Now let me tell you, when I was sitting in a Floridian steakhouse, and I suddenly remembered that the Oculus game showcase was that night, and I pulled up YouTube on my phone to see a Bonelab teaser trailer, I'm not gonna lie, I might have doo-doo farted in my Tommy Bahamas a little bit. So while I wait in burning agony for Bonelab to release, I just wanted to talk about some features that I saw in the trailer that I find interesting, and maybe make a little wish list. Let's jump right into it. First and foremost, Bonelab is implementing a revolutionary virtual obesity system so that all the folks at home can too use mobility scooters and Stop and Shop. Very interested to see the mechanics' impact on the industry. What I think this actually is a dice roll to select your physical stats. Like, I'm sure the Michelin man over here probably can't run as fast or jump as high, but compensates for this by being able to tank several dozen rounds. This could potentially be a really sick system, but I hope it doesn't remain up to chance, aka a dice roll, like I think it will, and like the trailer makes it out to be. I think a Dark Souls type level up system could be sick, where you spend ammo to make yourself faster at like a monomat or something. It's never been done in VR before as far as I'm aware, and I think it could be really cool. Secondly, climbing looks like it's been revamped, and I'm very glad. A lot of people seem to have issues with the climbing in Boneworks, and while I see how it could be a pain in the ass, I've never really had a problem with it. When the final boss of the game was revealed to be a big fuck-off ladder, I was super excited because that meant I got to climb for an extensive period of time. But the feet kinda just flopping around could definitely get aggravating and immersion breaking at times. Thankfully, this seems to have been addressed, with the feet now clinging to the wall this time. This could also mean a physics tweak in general, which would be appreciated. The physics in Boneworks are obviously incredible, but could definitely border on the janky territory sometimes, so I don't think a refinement would hurt.
How did I do this?
Obviously, two things are interesting in this shot. Firstly, a shotgun. I think the model is pretty standard as shotguns go, and I think it's the exact same model from duck season, but you can see it being fired in the trailer, and I think it looks pretty good.
Nice.
I was always disappointed by the distinct lack of shotgun in Boneworks. And while there were a lot of melee weapon varieties, there were only really 3 types of guns: pistols, SMGs, and ARs. Out of these, I only ever really used the pistol because it by far felt the best to me, so I'm very glad the shotgun is here. If we're just spitballing here, I really want to see a grapple hook of some kind, even though there's no way that's going to happen. Being able to hook on enemies and fly towards them or swing around the environment would fit so nicely into the world of Boneworks. A more realistic ask, I feel, is a sniper rifle, primarily just for trick shots. The other thing that's interesting here is the escalator. Brandon tweeted a while back that he was playing with 3 corpses on an escalator, and while that sounds like a combination of multiple felonies, he wasn't lying. While not revolutionary, it adds a lot of cool movement and level design potential. Imagine a shootout on an escalator or on these sideways escalators that in real life seem to be exclusive to airports. Towards the end of the trailer, there's also a scene of an elevator, although I'm sure that's just for the one cutscene where you drop down to the Bonelab. So, hot take incoming, I'm not a huge fan of the Nullman models, but with the Quest not being able to handle the transparency layers and complexity of the original Nullman model, I kinda get why it had to happen. What's more important here is the new melee combat system. With the sound effects and flashes when you hit the dude, it just looks so punchy and visceral. Melee in the original Boneworks was really good when it came to blades, but blunt and fists always fell a little short for me. An upgrade in this department is huge, and my only ask is that this carries over into all melee weapons and not just fists. I also think a jib system like in Doom would work super well in VR. And they already kinda have this with the Broken Bone system. For example, if you could cut off a leg and the guy can't use it, or sand off their fingerprints so that they can't be identified. Cool stuff that could alter gameplay, and maybe make more people interested in melee combat. Skeleton. And then the hub area. While I'm mostly anticipating the story mode, the tac trial, mod support, parkour, and other features have me really excited for the replayability. It also just looks like a fun hub world to mess around in, which I feel like games today need more of. One last idea that I think needs to be explored as well is an actual boss battle. Considering the final boss in Boneworks was just a big fuck-off ladder, there's a lot of untapped potential, and Bonelab is the perfect game to attempt a true VR boss. It also needs a health bar, because otherwise it doesn't count. Now that I think about it, practically no VR games have boss battles. Could make for an interesting video. Finally, I want to see the incredible implied story of Boneworks to be told in an actual manner in Bonelab. If my theory about the game being this prisoner trying to communicate with Ford in the Void is true, then Bonelab could have a super compelling story if done right. This is the biggest area where Boneworks dropped the ball, so I hope SLZ recognizes how great their world building and story potential is, and just focus on it a little bit more.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
That's about it. Thanks so much for 300 subs. The support over the last few days has been nutty, and we creamed past my goal for the channel, so thank you. Next video is going to be something I haven't really done before, well, kinda but not really, and I'm excited to bring it to you guys since it's something I care about a lot. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, dipshits.